Welcome back to Outdoor Skills Made Easy. Today we're actually going to get on the ice. And because I'm a novice, we've invited Dan from 12 Finger Outdoor Adventure, and he has taught many people since 2005 how to ice climb. So we're going to turn some time over to him. I'll get out of the way, and then once I learn, we'll give it a try.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to go over this today. I want to cover just some of the basic techniques in ice climbing, kind of an overview for when you get out ice climbing on the first time, so that you can be a little more efficient when you're moving on the ice. First thing I want to talk about is using the ice tool. I oftentimes find people when they're swinging the tool, they're kind of pushing the pick towards the ice. You want to bring the tool back, so you're going to get about a 90 degree in your arm, and you bring your elbow a little higher than maybe you expect, and then you're going to rotate through. And notice when I'm swinging, I'm coming off of my shoulder. I can come this direction or this direction, but I'm pivoting here. I'm not like chicken winging, trying to swing from the side. So I'm going to bring this back, and then I'm going to come forward, and if you notice, there's a lot of movement from my wrist, and that's called the wrist flick. And that's really what sets the head of the axe in the ice, or brings the pick, drives the pick into the ice. So one of the things that happens when you're out ice climbing initially is just you tend to white knuckle grip the tools, and you get, it can pump out your forearms. So one thing that I like to do is after I place the tool and it's solid, I'll just relax the grip a little bit, kind of open the hand just a hair, as a reminder to me not to keep over gripping the tool, and that helps out a lot. And then another thing that I like to do is just make sure I'm breathing properly. Don't hold your breath. Just kind of take some deep breaths and kind of relax as you're climbing. It will help you stay relaxed and more comfortable, and it will help you be more efficient on the ice. The other thing I want to talk about is the features of the ice. You can see the mountains and the valleys, so the concavity sections and the convexity sections. And I want to talk a little bit about what it looks like when you swing in the right areas versus the wrong areas. So here, this is an area that we wouldn't want to be swinging, but I'm just going to do that to show you what happens. We get these fracturing, and if we don't get good purchases, you can see that whole area dinner plated. That whole area is going to want to come down. And so obviously, as you can imagine, you've got to clear a lot of ice away. It's hard to get a good purchase. Then I'm going to swing over here into a valley. You get a much better purchase, and then you can go off of that, and you can feel really solid about it. Then I want to talk to you guys a little bit about your body positioning. When you're swinging, you want your hips into the wall so that you can reach up and you can get a good purchase, and your weight is over your feet. There is a basic understanding as far as using what we call a triangle, where you get your feet fairly wide, which gives a good platform and good stability, and then you get directly underneath the tool, which creates a triangle and gives you good positioning. So like right here, I've got a good triangle stance. As I go to work my feet up, I'm gonna bring my hips out away from the wall so I can see where my feet are going to get those positioned, and then bring my hips into the wall. Now I'm underneath my tool, and I'm gonna move with my right tool now to another swing, which I'll go here, and I'm going to bring it back. Sometimes it takes a few swings to get it solid. This ice is fairly brittle right here, so I'm going to have to kind of watch that. But then I'm going to position my body underneath the tool, just like so I maintain that A formation. That's kind of your basics for body movement. Now I want to talk to you about your footwork. So there's all sorts of places that you can use to stand on, just like you would rock climbing, but your foot positioning is much different than that of rock climbing. Okay, so I'm going to look for a good foot and bring my foot to it. You can see there's all sorts of, sections where I can place my crampons on into the ice to get a good purchase, similar to that of swinging. Looking for valleys, I'm looking for ledges to get that purchase. And the big factor is keeping your heels down, because if you get your heels up, you shear out of the ice and you lose your footing. It's really kind of awkward at first if you come from a rock climbing background. You tend to want to rise up on your heels, but if you do so, you'll lose your purchase. So keep your feet down, your heels down, and then kick perpendicular into the ice. Okay, so I'm gonna find my next placement. Look for my feet. Sometimes you have to kick a few times, and then you're gonna move higher. Out here, I can show this triangle a little better. But if you notice, I did a transition where I switched. I wanted to move right. I shouldered the tool so that I could come out and grab it. That's often used when we're transitioning from side to side. Get a good placement. Heels down, hips now are into the wall. And I just do this motion basically over and over, finding good feet as I go. Like right there, I kind of dinner plated. That's a term we use when we get fracturing on the surface area of the ice. Sometimes you have to clear those dinner plates off. Yelling ice for those beneath you to know something's coming down. And then move forward.
Okay, so we're on belay here.
Yep, I've got you on belay. I've double checked your knot's good.
Okay.
I'm locked here.
We're set.
And set, yep.
All right, so I'm gonna, here we go. First swing of the pickaxe here, or the ice tool. Is that?
Good.
Okay, that's pretty solid. Try and keep my toes square. And thinking about valleys, and maybe that's the place. Nope.
Yep, so you could swing a few times.
Oh, let's go again.
Yeah, and then you're gonna position your body under that tool. Maybe you wanna come to your left to start out and then work your way up this here.
Okay. This is an amazing experience. I hope you'll contact Dan at 12fingeradventure.com and give it a try. And I hope that you'll join us again at OSMEtv.
You did really well. Did you have a good
you.
time?
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's great. Give me some
great.
some
Yeah,
knuckles
thank you.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, great instruction too.